Hey friends, I want to talk about another part of my playbook for projects. This one is do it bigger, do it better. So often when we finished a project, we realize, oh yeah, that was fun. I loved that. I want to do it again. That's an ideal case. Ideally, a project goes so well, you had so much fun that you're like, I can't wait to do that again. This is the case for me, certainly with Meta dance parties, for example. They're just always a great time. They're a lot of fun, and there's a fair bit of work and preparation that goes into them, but the dance party is such a good time and people love them, and I just want to do them again. And that's a good feeling. Sometimes you do a project and you're like, I didn't like that. That wasn't that fun, or it didn't really have the impact I was hoping it would. And that happens. That's fine. That's normal. But the ideal case is you're like, that was great. I loved it. I want to do it again. And in that case, there's a question of how do I want to do it again? What wants to change? What should be different? Because we always want to improve, right? And a rule of thumb I have is do it bigger, do it better. And that's one phrase, but typically it's helpful to focus on one of these. Do we want to do a bigger scale in some way? Take some variable and just do it bigger? Or do we want to focus on doing it better? Are there specific improvements we want to make that we want to do differently, try something new, do it better? Often just through the process of doing a project and also seeing how it's received, hearing people's feedback, you have some sense, oh yeah, we should change this thing, and it's time to focus on doing it differently, doing it better. And you could do both of these at the same time, but often it's helpful to do one at a time. Like, oh, this time we're going to do it bigger, or this time we're going to do it better. And you always do it better, but often that means specific focuses of like, we did it this way before and that kind of worked, but we want to try this new thing. So we're going to do this differently, and in that way we'll be doing it better. So as a simple example, there's a loving kindness retreat that the Love Department has run 2 times before, that we're running again this year for a 3rd time. And the first time it went so well, and also only 7 people came. So the second year we were like, let's do it bigger. And then we had, 14, 15, 16 people the second time. And it went really well. And also we were like, that's a lot of people. And, it was like 7-8 days. And it was kind of intense for me and the co-organizers in certain ways. So this time, when we do it later this year, the focus is going to be on doing it better. And we want to have about the same scale, but we want to do it in a way that supports us emotionally, physically, practically, so that we're better able to do it in a way that's sustainable, that feels good for us, that's enjoyable for us, that sets us up for success. Part of that means asking more people to be involved and help us in specific roles. And yeah, we'll see how it goes, but the intention is to do it better in that specific way. And I think we're likely to succeed. We've thought a lot about what that means and how to do it differently, what changes we want to make. And I think it will be a better event that we enjoy more, that has a better impact. And then if we do it again the next year, we'll see, yeah, maybe it's time to do it bigger. So this has really helped me, really helped the Guild to think about, okay, if we're doing a project we're doing before, do we want to do it bigger? Do we want to do it better? How do we want to approach this? Thinking almost about what Eric would call a stance. What's the way in which we want to do this? How do we want to approach it? And being intentional about that, being on the same page as a team. This is how we want to do this project this time. This is what specific changes we're going to make to do that in accordance with that. Having consensus about that, coming to a shared intention, and then executing on it. And then, of course, reviewing at the end, how did that go? What did we like? What did we not like? Iterating on that. And in that way, over time, if you do the same project multiple times over many months or years, it just gets better and better. For example, my podcast, I've had hundreds of podcasts at this time, and every time I'm trying to figure out how to do it better. Meta dance parties, every time we're thinking, how can we do this better? We're always iterating, always improving. Each next one is the best one we've ever done in terms of its execution, in terms of our smoothness of running it, the impact that we have. And this process makes something that we're proud of. We're like, yeah, we're proud that we did that. Some projects don't survive past 1 or 2 iterations. That's fine. No project needs to be done in perpetuity, eternally. But if you are doing a project repeatedly, at different cycles, it helps to ask, hey, how are we going to do it this time? Are we going to do it bigger? Are we going to do it better? What's our shared intention for doing this project? And then acting on that, executing on it. So this has helped us a lot at the Service Guild. It's helped us to make projects that I'm proud of, that we're proud of, and I hope it helps you too with your projects.